Still circles part 1, review 1, but we're on to the backside, page 2. So let's take a look right here. We want to find angle FH and measure of FIS. So we saw this on the writing task, that opposite angles add to 180. If S is 110, then F must be 70. If I is 75, then that means H must be 105. So we found F, we found H. They ask for FIS, which as an inscribed angle of 105, there's FIS right there, it must be double that, which means 210 degrees. 19, we want to find AB and measure of AB. So what I'm going to take note of right here, I'm going to say if this is 42 degrees and this angle is supplementary, 180 take away 42 is 138. From there, I know that arc AB must be equal to that because that's a central angle, so that is equal to 138 degrees. I also know that my radii must be congruent, meaning that A and B are also congruent. So if I do 180 minus 138, that leaves me with 42 degrees left over. Divide that by 2, means that A and B must both be 21 degrees. Number 20, BS and angle D. So this is also similar to one on the writing task. I've got 100 degrees, which means I have 260 left. That 260, because 360 for the whole circle, I'll just make that clear, 360 for the whole circle, take away 100 means 260 left, divided by 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, means that each of those parts must be 65 degrees. If each of those parts is 65 degrees, then BS is 65 degrees, so that's easy. And then we're asked to find angle D, which again is going to be half the inscribed arc. So 65, 65, and 100. So 65, that's 130, 100 means the the arc is 230, and then half of that is going to be 115 degrees for angle D. 21 has a little bit more going on. B is inscribed in the quadrilateral, so we've got a bunch of exterior points and tangents. We are told that GN is 10 and TG is 12 and AT is 18. If the point of tangency bisects AT, picture not drawn to scale apparently. So if the point of tangency bisects AT, find AN. So what do they want us to do? They want us to say, okay, we know that if a single point travels to 2 points of tangency, those lines must be the same. So what that means is, if this is 9, then this must be 9. If this piece is 9 and the whole segment is 12, then that means that this piece must be 3. If this piece is 3, well, these share a point of tangency, so these must be 3, which means this must be 7. We've just worked our way all the way around. So now this one must also be 7. Does that not work? Oh no, it does. Because we would say this one is 7, this one is 9. We're asked to find AN. 9 plus 7 is 16. So 16 is our answer. And then finally, 22. In the circle, we want to find X. So same thing, you need to be careful that your hypotenuse includes the whole segment. So our hypotenuse is actually going to be 9 plus 16, which is 15. So over here, you've got 15 squared is equal to 9 squared plus x squared. You might recognize this as a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Basically, you've got a 3 base, you've got a 4 base, and you've got a 5 base, in which case you're multiplying by 3 to turn 5 into 15, 3 into 9, so 4 times 3 means x is 12. And we have our answers.